¿Qué pasa, amigos? My name is Ash, and today I want to talk about Call of Duty Cold War and the multiplayer alpha. But before we jump in, if you like the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps out a lot, and hey, it's free. But anyway, the gaming community, and more specifically the PlayStation community, got a hands-on weekend with the Cold War multiplayer alpha. Streamers all across the board were broadcasting the brand new Call of Duty multiplayer experience, and it certainly caught my and many other players' attention. Personally, I was previously critical of the look and feel of Cold War's multiplayer when we saw the pre-alpha gameplay leak a few weeks ago. And honestly, that's just because the game really felt unpolished and half-baked and just didn't quite feel like the Call of Duty we've come to know. And obviously that was leaked pre-alpha footage, so if you'd like to check out my poorly aged comments on that leaked gameplay video, I'll have that linked in the description and in the top right corner of this video. And before we jump into my overwhelmingly positive impressions of Cold War, I have one major gripe with the multiplayer at this time. And by no means am I alone in this feeling, as if you've been on Twitter or played the multiplayer alpha at all, you are certainly aware of this major issue. The infamous skill-based matchmaking made its unfortunate return to the Cold War alpha, and I cannot understate how insane the response to this feature has been, with the acronym SBMM trending on Twitter, with countless players and content creators going off on the addition of this hated feature. At this point, it's near unanimous that skill-based matchmaking should either not exist within multiplayer games, or it should be scaled back to such a degree that it doesn't highly influence every single match we play. I think most of us can agree that it does not belong in any Call of Duty title or game mode. But with that out of the way, I have come to you as a changed man. After having seen hours upon hours of the new multiplayer gameplay, I have changed my tone completely. Maybe it was the poor quality of the leaked gameplay, or maybe the version of the game many pros and content creators got to play was a far earlier version than what we saw this past weekend. Whatever the case may be, after really diving a lot deeper into the upcoming multiplayer experience, I feel this may be the best multiplayer Call of Duty game we've seen in the last decade. And before people lose their minds on me, this does not include the original Modern Warfare, World at War, or Modern Warfare 2, as all three of those games were made over a decade ago. But as far as what I saw from Cold War, I really believe it has the potential to be one of the best multiplayers we've had in a very long time, which honestly isn't saying a ton given the fact that Call of Duty's multiplayer has really failed to entice and engage players for a few years now, with the franchise really now being led through the Battle Royale mode Warzone. A popular multiplayer mode would be massive for the franchise. So what did we see from the alpha test run over the weekend that really gave me such a good impression? Well, there were many things that quickly stood out to me in the first moments of experiencing the Cold War multiplayer, but the first and maybe one of the most important aspects of the game was the gorgeous map design. Treyarch has always been a top-notch level design studio, which truthfully is just perfect because I think we've really been missing out on great map design for a while now. However, we only got a glimpse at a limited amount of maps, but it really seems that Treyarch has gotten back to one of the reasons they're a great Call of Duty developer. Not only are they providing us with great 3-lane maps, they've also built more realistic battlefield-type maps, with asymmetrical layouts, buildings, and lanes of combat. Utilizing all of those design features, in addition to the implementation of tools like elevation and lighting, has really pushed their map design to the next level. Not to mention the wide variety of settings, environments, and more that make each map feel fresh and unique. From what I've seen so far, map design is as usual a 10 out of 10 for Treyarch. The next major aspect of Cold War's PvP that just jumped out and punched me straight in the face was the audio and sound design. As an audio guy myself, I really appreciate the hard work and talent it takes to create an intensely beautiful soundscape fit for a game of the caliber of Call of Duty. And let me just tell you, the audio for this game is off the charts good. The weapons sound powerful and visceral, the explosions rock the environment, with the overall design giving you a feel that you are being thrown straight into the combat. And unfortunately, sound design is often overlooked unless it's outright horrible like the footsteps within Warzone. However, I truly believe that amazing audio design can really push a game into the next level of greatness. Speaking of greatness, a core aspect of each Call of Duty game is the satisfaction that comes along with each firefight and kill. The sound design in this area really helps each engagement feel intense and consequential, with thudding and crunching hit markers that make each landed shot feel valuable and realistic. Hit detection is also on point as usual, and when added with the visceral sound and feel of the weapons, each kill feels significant and powerful. Another major factor that lends itself to this feeling of satisfaction is the gunplay. And one of the major notes I took away from the multiplayer alpha is the sense that sniping may be getting back to its roots. At least for me, in past Call of Duty titles, sniping hasn't really felt viable to your game or helpful to your team. But in Cold War, sniping feels a lot quicker and easier on the move, with the added bonus of better map design that will help cater towards snipers. And I feel that a lot of people will agree with me in saying that this will be an extremely important change for the Call of Duty series, because a large group of players within the game just love the sniping gameplay and mechanics. And in recent years, it really feels like the game has pulled away from larger sniper-friendly maps and moved towards smaller SMG-heavy levels and game modes. But with sniping aside, it really felt like each weapon had a unique feel and sound. And on top of that, the extensive perk and attachment system will allow for crazy amounts of customization and personalization, giving players a massive sandbox in which to create their own personalized and stylized weapons and classes. Too often in recent years has a Call of Duty multiplayer game really boiled down to 2 or 3 main guns. And while it's still very early to tell as the meta hasn't had time to develop, this new expansive system feels like it may help to alleviate that problem, which too often can lead to boring cookie-cutter gameplay. The final major takeaway I had from the Call of Duty Cold War Alpha is the newly revamped kill streak system, or should I say score streak system. While most of the core score streaks are back, like a UAV, chopper gunner, and airstrikes, Cold War has replaced the requirements for these to be earned from outright kills to overall points. Another major difference is the fact that these score streaks will not reset upon death, although the price for each combat tool will now be slightly more expensive. However, Cold War will still incentivize players to go on longer kill and objective streaks by adding point multipliers for players who can rack up kills and objective plays over a single life. To me, this system feels like a perfect middle ground, rewarding players who can go on kill or objective sprees within a single life, while also getting rid of the downside for those who may be sacrificing themselves to win objectives and ultimately the game for their team. So those are some of my thoughts and major takeaways from the Cold War Alpha we experienced over the weekend. Look forward to even more information and possibly an additional alpha or beta to come out over the next 2 months as we get closer to the release of our first next-gen Call of Duty title. Anyway, that will do it for this video. Make sure you hit like, click or tap that subscribe button to become the heart of this gaming channel, and be a part of the conversation in the comments below by telling me how you feel about the Cold War multiplayer and any of the points I talked about today. And for more gaming analysis, news, reviews, and opinions, stay here on Ash Heart. And as always, thanks for watching.